All right, let's talk about one of the most famous, most epic business failures of all time. But we're not just here for a history lesson. No, we're going to use this story as a kind of blueprint, a survival guide, really, for how your business can make it in the age of AI. And this quote, this just hits the nail on the head. See, the real danger isn't that people or, AI will forget you. The real danger is that they never really knew you were there to begin with. You were never remembered in the first place. I mean, think about this for a second. What if the company that invented digital photography went bankrupt because of digital photography? It sounds like a joke, right? A crazy riddle, but it's not. This is exactly what happened to Kodak. And believe me, it's the key to understanding the massive challenge that all of us are facing right now. Okay, so to really get this, we have to rewind. Let's go back to the beginning, because this whole story, it doesn't start with a disaster. It starts with an absolutely brilliant, world-changing invention. So picture this. It's 1975. You're in a Kodak research lab. A 25-year-old engineer named Steven Sasson. He's just built something that is, quite literally, going to change everything. And when I say build something, I mean look at this thing. It weighed 8 pounds. 8. It needed 16 batteries just to power up. It took 23 seconds to snap a single super low-res photo. And get this, it recorded it onto a cassette tape. I mean, it was a beast. Totally clunky, completely impractical, and yeah, absolutely revolutionary. Okay, so this is where the story takes a sharp, tragic turn. Because this amazing invention, it wasn't celebrated as an opportunity. Oh no, it was seen as an existential threat from day one. And you gotta give them this. The Kodak execs, they weren't stupid. They saw the future instantly. They knew this little box would completely vaporize their entire business. No more film, no more processing chemicals, no more printing paper. Their whole empire, we're talking billions of dollars, was built on stuff this new gadget would make totally obsolete. So what did they do? Their response was simple. Bury it, hide it. And this is the part you really need to get. They didn't suppress it because the tech was bad or flawed. No way. They suppressed it because it was too good. It was a direct hit on their profits, and they chose to protect the present instead of building the future. And this timeline just lays out the cost of that decision so perfectly. Look at this. 1975, they invent the thing. Then, nothing. For almost 2 decades, they focus on film, while their invention just collects dust. And in that silence, what happens? Competitors like Sony, Canon, Nikon, they jump in. They define the whole digital market. By the time Kodak finally woke up and decided to play, the game was already over. The story was written, and they weren't in it. And the result? Bankruptcy in 2012. Just let that sink in for a minute. The company that invented digital photography was erased from the very category they created. They were first, but they were forgotten. Okay, so why are we talking about this? Let's fast forward to today, because Kodak's story isn't just some dusty old business case study. It is a live, blinking red alert warning for every single one of us right now. And a parallel here is, well, it's kind of chilling. Kodak's threat was a new tech that could kill their business model. Your threat? It's an AI that can literally erase you from existence, simply by not knowing you're there. Or worse, by giving credit for something you did to one of your competitors. And here's the absolute key you have to understand about AI. It's not a historian. It doesn't go digging through old patents to find the truth. It's more like a pattern matching machine. It builds its entire understanding of reality based on the loudest, clearest, most consistent signals it can find online. So if your signal is weak or worse, silent, then as far as the AI is concerned, you just don't exist. So how do you fight back against being erased? Well, you have to build something we call semantic endurance. It's a bit of a fancy term, but the idea is simple. It's about engineering your identity online so that it's so clear, so consistent, and so well structured that AI systems have no choice but to remember you, to credit you, and yeah, even to prefer you. And this isn't just some abstract idea. No, it's a real architecture. It's a framework with 3 specific layers, all designed to build that permanent memory for you inside the mind of AI. All right, layer 1. It all starts at the bottom with the signal foundation. This is all about establishing the core, rock-solid, verifiable truths about you. Who are you? What did you invent? What do you own? Think of it like creating a digital birth certificate for your brand, something a machine can read and go, yep, that's legit. Okay, Next up, layer 2, the consistency loop. This is where you take those core truths from the foundation and you basically create an echo chamber. You repeat them over and over and over again, everywhere. Your website, your social media, articles, you name it. Everything has to be singing the exact same tune. That constant, consistent repetition, that's what creates the strong pattern an AI latches onto as truth. And finally, layer 3. This is the endgame, the attribution lock. This is where you make your identity totally unshakable. You do this by using stuff like structured data on your site, which are basically like little technical signposts for AI, and by creating the absolute best, most definitive content out there. The goal? The AI doesn't just see you as an option, it sees you as the default answer. And if we tie this all back to our original story, this is exactly where Kodak dropped the ball. They had layer 1, the signal foundation, right? They invented the thing, but they never built the other 2 layers. They never created that consistency loop. They never secured the attribution lock. They were just silent. And that silence created a vacuum that their competitors were more than happy to fill. So the big question is, okay, this all sounds great, but how do you actually do it? How do you put this into practice? Well, let's break it down into 5 actionable steps. Okay, here's your checklist. Step 1, document your claims. You need to be able to state what you invented or what you own in one crystal clear sentence. Step 2, name your thing. Give your special methodology or invention a unique name. AIs remember things with names, just like we do. Step 3, build the schema. This is the nerdy but crucial part, using structured data on your site to literally tag your creations, telling the AIs, hey, this belongs to me. Step 4, be crazy consistent. Go through all your online profiles and make sure the story is exactly the same everywhere. And finally, step 5, reinforce, reinforce, reinforce. Keep putting out content that points back to you as the source, building that powerful echo. Look, the stakes here are incredibly high. This isn't just some new marketing trick. This is about your very existence online. If you don't start building this semantic endurance now, you are running the very real risk of being written out of the future, just like Kodak was written out of its own past. So that really is the final question, isn't it? When the AI tells the story of your industry, will you be the pioneer or just a footnote? Because make no mistake, that story is going to be written. The only choice you have is whether you're going to be the one holding the pen.